But if I
But
got
you
somebody-
will cheat. You will cheat.
Hey, look, everybody keep saying I'm cheating for no reason.
Good. Nice composure, good. Two underneath when he leans on you. Don't give him time. That's it.
Terence Crawford showing up at Anthony Joshua's camp ahead of the Jake Paul fight has the boxing world buzzing. Crawford watched Joshua train up close, a clear sign AJ is locked in, leaning on elite minds to sharpen his edge as fight night gets closer.
Good. Good. Nice composure, good. Two underneath when he leans on you. Don't give him time. That's it.
Anthony Joshua is always chasing new experiences and fresh advice from every fighter he meets. He studies different styles, learns from sharp minds, and applies those lessons to his own game. That mindset keeps him evolving and getting better every camp.
I've always heard that saying, a happy fighter is a good fighter. And each individual, uses different things and finds out different ways to keep them occupied and keep them happy. And for me, it was just like communication within the team.
Anthony Joshua pushes himself through brutal training sessions built to toughen his body and sharpen his reactions. He uses deep ice baths to reduce inflammation and speed up recovery, letting him hit every workout at full force. After that, he jumps into demanding drills that test his power, speed, and mental focus, proving he's locked in on elite-level preparation. Wade Plemons, a respected combat sports analyst, has a very clear take on how Anthony Joshua should approach Jake Paul. He believes this is not a fight where Joshua needs to feel things out or drag it on for entertainment. According to Wade, AJ should handle business fast and with intent, without allowing the fight to stretch into unnecessary rounds. His logic is simple. A heavyweight with Joshua's resume, power, and reputation can't afford to give Jake Paul extra time in the ring. Letting the fight go longer would only raise unwanted questions and potentially damage Joshua's image. With so many eyes on this matchup, from hardcore boxing fans to influencer boxing viewers, Wade argues Joshua must set the tone from the opening bell. He has the size, experience, and power advantage, and the cleanest move is to secure a quick, decisive finish.
Believe it'll be, which I think could be a little bit of a feeling out first round for AJ too, then Jake wins to me. And I know that sounds like, oh, but it's true, bro. AJ shouldn't be going rounds with Jake. He just shouldn't. That's a two-time world champion. You know what I'm saying?
Olympic gold medalist,
gold medalist, two-time world champion. You shouldn't be going rounds with Jake. Jake hasn't fought anybody in, I don't know where they currently rank Tommy Fury, but he hasn't fought anybody in the top 50 in any weight division he's participated in. Mm-hmm. So if that guy's going 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds with you, cooked. But I think if you're putting money on it, I would say but AJ round 3 maybe.
Yeah, I'd say
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Everybody's kind of jumping on the AJ round 2, and I'm like, Jake's tough. Could he use his feet for a little bit longer than people imagine? Is it going to be tougher for AJ to land on him early, maybe? But I think at a certain point, the cat corrals the mouse a little bit. But we'll see, dude. Who knows? Jake's got some good guys in camp. He brought in Lawrence Okoli. Mm-hmm. Big Lawrence Okoli now, too. Did you see him?
Well, I remember being in Dubai I 3 years ago. Do you remember 3 years ago when we were commentated for Deji vs Merva? Yeah. And funny enough, from that fight week, Jake Paul went and hung out and went shooting of AJ. Yeah. I think laser tag of AJ.
Yeah.
3 years ago on the same week.
Wild. That entire week now is coming to full fruition. It was here in Dubai. It was Jake on commentary. First time I had met Jake. Talking shit to Tommy Fury. Lawrence Okoli was on commentary with me, and I was like, how are you a cruiserweight? Because at that time he was still a cruiserweight, and I was like, how the fuck are you a cruiserweight? You're massive. And sure enough, now he's 265-pound heavyweight. He's way too big, by the way. But he's got Lawrence in camp. He's got Jared Anderson in camp, what's supposed to have been our great American heavyweight.
Anthony Joshua's camp for the Jake Paul fight looks very different from his usual preparation. As a former unified heavyweight champion, AJ is known for strict routines, careful planning, and controlled sparring. This time, the intensity is higher, the pace is sharper, and the adjustments show he's not taking Jake Paul lightly at all. Anthony Joshua, revealing his weight at around 110 kilograms, roughly 243 pounds, instantly became a major talking point. For most of his career, Joshua never needed drastic weight changes, staying in a range that fit his style. This time, though, it was clear he cut nearly 20 pounds in a short span, which raised eyebrows among analysts. At this stage of his career, now in his mid-30s, sharp weight cuts are far more demanding on the body. They impact strength, recovery, hydration, and overall performance. The move shows how seriously Joshua is taking the Jake Paul fight, but it also highlights the risk involved. Dropping weight may boost his speed and mobility, yet it could cost him some of the raw power and physical presence that defined his rise. The real challenge is balance, especially against a lighter but energetic opponent. Joshua appears to be aiming for that middle ground, lighter for movement, but still strong enough to stay dangerous.
But fundamentally, you're still living life as normal. You're not restricting yourself that much. You know, if you're eating 2 pieces of chicken, maybe you just eat a piece of it. You see what I mean? You're not going to the extreme to try and actually dehydrate yourself or anything like that. It's very different than having to actually hit a specific weight, all right? And to do that in a relatively short space of time, because this fight's, you know, not that long has it been announced, and it's not that long until the fight. It's only 2 weeks away. Eddie Hearn was talking about AJ weighing 265 a couple of days ago. So you're thinking, okay, 20 pounds in 3 weeks? That's not ideal for someone who, again, is in their mid to late 30s, a year in activity, and crucially has never had to hit a specific weight throughout the course of his career. Never had to do it. All right. So it did have me kind of worrying a little bit and thinking, is this a miscalculation, accepting that? Because in terms of him fighting Jake Paul, he's going to win. I mean, there's no ifs about it. He's going to win this fight. It's pretty much a given. All right. But it did have me wondering. Now, AJ, as I said, he took to his social media accounts to show that he's currently weighing 110.6 kg, which is around about 243 US pounds. So that's well under the weight limit. So a lot of people are saying, slam dunk, it's done. Well, I got a few questions on that, because you do have to ask these questions. You're talking about Anthony Joshua, who over the course of the last, 3 years has been solid in the 250s. Hasn't weighed sub 240 or sub 250 since he fought Usyk 3 years ago. And bear in mind, he would have went into camp fully intending to be mobile, speed. He would have spent 3, maybe 4 months working on, what's an ideal weight for that, working on this, that, and the other. So it's not like, a crash diet for the Usyk fight or anything like that. And AJ is someone who loves the resistance training. That seems to be the main thing that he does. And outside of camp, he probably would have thought he was fighting Cassius Chaney, which is the name that a lot of people had in an 8-rounder.
Carl Froch, the former super middleweight world champion known for his blunt honesty, explains why the Jake Paul fight actually makes sense for Anthony Joshua. Froch believes Joshua is entering the later stage of his career, having already checked every major box: world titles, sold-out stadium fights, and massive pay-per-view events. In his view, there simply aren't many meaningful matchups left for Joshua that haven't already happened. Taking the Jake Paul fight, Froch argues, isn't a bad move at all. It's a chance for Joshua to secure a huge payday while still drawing global attention. Froch also points to the possibility of a Tyson-Fury fight afterward, which would still be one of the biggest events in boxing history if it finally comes together. Beyond that, Froch feels Joshua may not have much left to chase competitively. He doesn't criticize the decision. Instead, he sees it as smart timing. With Joshua's legacy already cemented, this fight is less about proving greatness and more about business, opportunity, and entertainment.